for you just blew the roof off that place with their music, which again is why I'm suggesting, again, protection. Start with an acoustic act. Excellent, excellent music. We're going to get a little loud now, so I hope you enjoy it. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
All right, are you ready? Audience ready for Jesse Gimbel and his band. All right.
Hey, I still have a guitar.
It's here for Sam Goodman. Nice day. Sam mentioned stage experience, high school theater. My only theater experience was in 6th grade, being in the Schoolhouse Rock musical that existed. And the only thing noteworthy from that was being in 6th grade, you know, at the end of the season, you kind of have a cast party, and I got a kiss on the cheek from an 8th grader, which began a long love affair with older women. So that's my theater experience. We're all friends here. Thank you very much. Yeah, as Sam said, thank you so much to Mark for setting us up. Over here, he's over here, I swear. And to the Colonial Playhouse for having us. This is a super cool spot.
Tell your friends.
Tell your friends, yeah. They normally do theater here, so good spot to see theater. I'm very fortunate to have Drew Killman over here on bass and vocals, Kay Kiakucha on drums and vocals. So lucky to have them. Most of these songs are new on a record that I'm working on tracking right now, but some of them, a couple of them are older. And if you're interested, I know myself and many of the other bands have merch in the back, so if you want to support local musicians, gas money, getting to gigs, please stop by and see if you want to take anything home. Drew and Kay, am I right?
Jesse, am I right?
My name's Jesse Gimbel, by the way. I don't know if I said that, but I'm so excited to be doing this. I forget if Mark already mentioned, but I've had the pleasure of recording 3 out of 4 of the other bands tonight, and it's a pleasure to get to play with everybody.
We love you guys.
We love you.
We love you.
It is serious. Watch out. Thank you for the whoa, Drew.
That was not the song that we were about to play.
That was wrong song.
All right.
We're good. We saved it. They'll never know.
And I don't know where do we begin. Is the world just falling apart? And where do we begin? Let's get away. Feel the pain and off we go. Pack it all up and start again. Hang on to Thank you very much. So we just got a couple more for you. Like I said, most of these are new, but if you like what you're hearing, we're on all the social media and Spotify and all the places people listen to music. So easy to find. Jesse, Jesse, Gimbel. Love to have you follow along. Make it that much more worth it when new music comes out. apartment and I'll stay the night. But don't be disappointed when I Thank you. So this will be our last one, and then it's Saturday Corncore up next.
Yeah. We're excited for the next minutes. It's gonna go for sure. For sure.
This last song is called Minds on Fire. You can find a music video for it that I meticulously hand animated. So if you're a music video fan, check out Minds on Fire. It would really make years of effort more worth it. So just look Jesse Gimbel Minds on Fire on YouTube and you'll find it. It involves spotted lanternflies, if anyone knows the local. Yeah, Pooh, that's right. They're the villain in the video, so find it for redemption.
Sounds feel
running uphill streets. I never knew it could feel like this. Coming up through the floor, the pressure rising. I felt this way before. Just in the way
Thank you very much. Appreciate you coming, and stay tuned for Saturday. Yes.